some questions, and
You guys aren't from the Phoenix Police Department or something like that, right?
no.
Right?
What is art?
What is art? Well, jeez. What is art? Can I call somebody on the phone when I was at the shows?
What is art?
That's a big question. Art, I think, is a really vital way to bring people together, to getting people to have sort of a unified purpose, and to build the connections, I think, that make really dynamic cities in particular, and dynamic, neighborhoods and communities and things like that. My family's always been extremely encouraging in creative things. They took me to museums from when I was, old enough to understand what was going on around me, basically. And then probably by the time I was just turning into a teenager, I sort of found out about the downtown Phoenix area.
Well, I mean, like since I was a little kid, I could comprehend holding something and making a mark. It was the first time I knew about art, but as I got older, I would say probably around 12, 13, I started getting more serious about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like this. I do both kinds of graffiti art, the street style lettering, and then I do this stuff too, which is the characters, and then it has another defining pattern too, where it's like, or a gauge where it's like if it's illegal or legal and stuff. But like this stuff I like to do it because I can get real comfortable with it, and it's legal, and it's going to be seen by the city, and it's I don't know. Yeah, I do like this. A lot of my paintings I do with brush are similar, just done with a brush instead of spray can.
First Friday just basically birthed out of this thing called Art Detour that started in 1989. It was a studio tour once a year of downtown art spaces. At that time, Phoenix was like totally dead, and there was just not a lot of people around town. And, everyone had moved to the suburbs. There was not. It was a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of things like that in Phoenix. Then, as that sort of picked up some steam, 1994 came around. First Fridays started. They were pretty dead for a long time, but right around 2000, when Modified first opened, actually December 1999, when Modified Arts opened, and the gallery next door, I Lounge, the collective started forming. It was just, a really important time.
I would say I was about 16 or 17 when I first picked up a camera, and I didn't really start doing anything professionally with it till I was about 35.
I was 48.
So what impact does art have on a community?
Wow.
I think art is a community. Art brings the community together. I don't know if you saw that over there, but that's a community project that I'm doing where everybody can participate and create art that's going to be part of the project. And this is the compliment side, because it was, every time someone complimented my work. And this is the side that is the pennies or the money. And this is the side that is for the community and diversity, that kind of thing. So, It's almost done, but there's going to be another whole section next to it, which will be a penny lake with a penny fountain coming out of it, and an little artist drowning in the lake or floating in the lake. I don't know what she'll be doing, but she'll have blonde hair. So.
I feel the art impacts the community in that it brings people together because they are curious. That they want to look at the things that we create. And then they start talking to their neighbors. They start talking to their friends. They're going, "Oh, hey, did you see that thing on the corner?" And it just gets people to talking. It gets people to feeling good about themselves, and it gets people curious. It gets people wanting to go out and learn more about it.
What defines an artist?
Creativity.
In my opinion, an artist is defined by an individual who has that something inside here that he just has to create. He has to get that thing out of his brain, that picture in his brain. He's got to work it out with his hands in order to get that thing to stop pestering him, so he can go on to be creating something new, so he can let some other image come in. You know, we are trying to speak to people emotionally, and we are trying to touch their heart.
Art is creative expression. It's an artist making a statement and having a dialogue with the viewer of his art or her art, creating a reaction, projecting a feeling.
Art is the physical manifestation of emotion. It is making people look at something and feel anything that they did not feel before they looked at it. When somebody walks up to a piece of my work and looks at it and just turns around with a blank look on their face and walks away, that's when I have failed. I have failed to touch that person at some level.
I think art is definitely like the defining thing. You know what I mean? Like separates us from animals and such. You know what I mean? And I see cities that don't have hardly any art. It's just like it's prison, you know what I mean, or something.
Art is sort of, again, a catalyst for building these sort of, inclusive communities and for, building just great cities, It's the thread that sort of ties together a lot of the disparate elements